Hello everybody and a very warm welcome to Crafters TV. My name is Ben Moseby. Welcome to our third show for Tuesday. It is a masterclass, yes, and we are here to look through a whole host of different goodies actually, and I do love this show. As much as all of our shows are very interactive, this one I think even more so, a great opportunity for you to be able to ask those questions. If you've got the various collections which we're going to be looking through, you might want to ask how to get the very best out of them, might be looking for inspiration, hints and tips, and also if you are thinking about picking up the collections, you can ask the questions before you buy them. Going to be looking at the Great Outdoors collection, which I'm super excited about. We had a little bit of a sneaky peek on that on Wake Up Call this morning. We're also going to be looking at the Graceful Plumes collection, and because it got such a popular response this morning, Craft Your Stash, and I know a few people missed it because it was early. Craig is going to be looking at the foil press for you as well. So if that is something that you want to find out more about and ask questions, then please do. I feel like the foil press is one of those machines where a lot of people, I know a lot of people do use it, but I know a lot of people have it and are too scared to use it, or maybe haven't taken it out of the box, or have tried it and not quite got it right and then put it away. So if you are one of those people, this is going to be the show for you. A little bit later on, I'm going to do a segment on that. So what I would encourage you to do is if you have any foil press questions, I can think of 2 or 3 people who messaged this morning saying, oh, I missed that show and I wanted to ask Craig X, Y, Z. If that is you, get your question in now and we'll ask lovely Jan on the socials to compile those questions for when we get round to that section of the show a little bit later on. I will say a few hellos in just a few moments time, but let us say hello to the most important person, the other side of the studio. He is, yes, I like that, he is the master of the class, or the master of the class, is Mr. Laird.
I like that.
Mr.
I like
Laird.
that. I like that one. I'll take that one. I'll take that one.
All right, sir?
Yes, good. Thank you very much. Good, thank you very much. Yes, let's have another little look at the actual foil press. I know it was automatic.
It was a little bow, yeah.
Much.
Most people do bow when they see me. If you come into the pop-up shop on Saturday, just remember that. Oh, hello, Lord
Bow
Ben.
down to the king.
Bow
We're going to have
down
Triple
to
H's entrance music. Motorhead coming in.
Yeah.
As you walk in there. Bow down to the king. Yeah. That's what we're going to do. You need to remember that.
Yeah.
We've got the Great Outdoors when it comes to this masterclass here. So this is what we're going to look at.
Whee!
But yeah, as you said, Ben, we're going to have a little look at the foil press as well, because you guys absolutely went crazy this morning for it when it comes to the additional hints and tips and just getting you guys excited about using it again. Many of you didn't have it out the box, so of course if you don't have it out the box, you're not going to be able to use it.
No,
so
you're not.
Let's do that. Let's have a little kind of 101 again later on within this show, where I'll use the Create a Card die from the Graceful Plumes. But yeah, look at this collection here. How cool is this? The Great Outdoors with, I mean, that one there, if you've got your Modern Man collection where you've got that dress jacket, that die, then of course use that with it. It's a great way of using it. great for a Father's Day card. But you can do your DL cards, you can do your theatre cards. Ben, this would be great with your layout collections as well. What about bringing your template library in, using that as well? Love the buildability that we seem to be featuring that quite a lot lately within our ranges, and that is the buildability when it comes to the dies that you get in there.
Cute.
Create your own toppers, customise the colours that you want to. That one, love that one.
Yeah,
How
that is
idea is
cute.
that? Like the Polaroid.
Polaroid photo, yeah.
Simply using nesting dies. Brilliant idea with the trees and then, of course, the mountains in the backdrop. You've got that there. And that's it. I thought I had more samples, but I don't. That was it. Got to the end there. So, yeah, if you want to do your smaller cards, great. Really good for the guys. I know you guys say that us men are hard to make cards for.
Yeah.
I disagree, but, you know, I'm not making them for myself. When it comes to these, you know, you've got something a little bit different than beers and your cricket and all that sort of stuff. But, yeah, great outdoors. And we're going to be having a play in a moment where we're going to be combining 1, 2, 3, 4, about 6 different elements from the collection.
Wowee. Well, there you go. Any questions, fire them in. Like I say, particularly for the foil press, get those questions in early, and then we'll ask them when we get around to that point of the show. If you've got the Great Outdoors Showstopper, details on the screen. It'll be the 3rd demo of the show, so potentially towards the 2nd hour of the show. But let's say a few hellos before we get started. As I say, Jan on the socials for this one. Let me just give her a little wave. I haven't done my little, there we go. Boop, wave. Oh, wave, go on, wave. Ready? Wave, there we go. Julia joins us in Exmouth. Hello, Ash Cambo says hi all. Trudy Bickham says hello. Hello. I know, Trudy, you were mentioning about the foil press earlier. Questions, please. Kendall Serafian says good morning, everybody, from Minnesota. Then we've got Little Bear saying hi again. Hello. We've also got Lois saying good morning, everyone, from Ohio. Oh, hi. We've also got Lakieta saying hello, crafty friends. Hello. And we've also got Sister P4 who says hello, Jan, Craig, Ben, and all the marvellous peeps behind the scenes. That's you guys, that is. You got a yay.
We need gallery cam.
Yeah, we do. We did that once for a Friday Night Live. Were you on that show?
I might have been. Might have been. They'll probably just get caught watching TV or something.
Yeah.
That
we should get that back though.
Let us know in the comments.
Do you want gallery cam?
Let us know in the comments. Do you want gallery cam?
We could do it tonight.
How would we do that so soon?
We did it. How did we do it last time? You could wheel a camera in from in here.
Of course we could.
Easy.
Yeah. We could be like, you know, like a WWE cameraman, you know, when they're just following them all the way. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, we should do that. Our entrance, walking all the way around, ended up in a gallery cam.
Yeah. We should do that.
We should do that.
Yeah. It's not that exciting in the gallery, to be fair. I mean, they're just there with their headphones on, in the dark, looking at us on multiple screens. I mean, and they're like this. It's literally that. That's all they do, isn't it?
And then overhead.
Yeah.
Camera 2.
Camera 2.
Close up.
And then, Ben, show the product.
Go for a break.
Go for a break. Ben, that joke. Terrible. That's what it's like. You've got just an experience there of what we have to put up with every day. No, they're brilliant, really. Karen says, this is a great... This is a great product for scrapbooks. Hello, Laurie. Hello also to Alcia. He says, hello again, CTV community and team. Have you done your video, Alcia? Coming up after this show, I'm going to put up a post on my page and also the CTV page. This page, if you're watching on Facebook right now, is where you can upload your videos. Maybe what I should do is an example video with Craig. That's what I should do, shouldn't I?
Maybe you should.
Yeah, that's what I should do. Karen says, hello everyone from Kentucky. Kirsty Lee says, good afternoon everyone. Laurie says, hello all. And Little Bear says, I would like to watch how to put up the tent, please. I don't know if that is something that Craig is going to be doing in this show.
Yes,
it is. It's something he's going to be doing in this show. So
I'll show you how to erect the tent.
Craig will show you how to get the tent up. I think that demo is going to be intense.
Oh. Ben is back. Ben is back. Ben is back. Yeah. No
jokes last week, you say?
I'm not a jokey person.
You are, though.
I wasn't. Not unintentionally, I am.
No.
But yeah, I was relaying it to you guys at home to send in the joke. I can't live up to your, you know, right at the top there when it comes to jokes and entertainment. So Jane was sending them in for me.
Well, Jane's good with the old
Jane's
gags.
good, yeah.
So a nightly
Actually,
joke.
some of them were kind of better than I heard in a wee while. I missed your gags.
Oh, and I missed you as well. Becky had some dirty jokes. Oh, potato jokes. Why did she have potato jokes?
World Potato Day.
Oh! Do you know what National Day is today? No, this is not a joke. So let's have a debate, please, in the comments to get you chatting. No, today is National Egg Day.
Now, I just had an egg sandwich for my lunch, egg mayonnaise sandwich.
Right.
Yeah.
So, how do you like your eggs? How do you like your eggs in the morning? I like mine with a kiss. Butter fried. I don't mind. Yeah, so how do you like...
How do you like your eggs in the morning?
How do you eat your eggs? Let us know in the comments on National Egg Day.
Do you know what I do?
What?
So, like last night, I boiled 4 eggs.
Right.
And 2 of them I mash up with mayo for my sandwich. And then the other 2, I just sit on the couch watching Coronation Street, just eating a hard-boiled egg.
That's what Columbo used to do.
What, watch Coronation Street and eat a hard-boiled egg?
Yeah, and he's straight to go. No, he always used to eat, Columbo always used to carry around boiled eggs, didn't he? Yeah, and then he'd sort of crack them whilst he was at the crime scene and stuff, and then he'd always be looking around for some salt. You'd think he'd be looking around to like try and find some clues, but he'd looking around for salt to put on his eggs. Yeah.
Here we go.
Yeah.
I'm Columbo. I'm Columbo.
Just one more thing. Anyway, just one more thing. Let's look at the Great Outdoors collection, because we haven't done anything yet, have we? So the show...
That was a great 2-hour show. We'll see you in an hour.
The showstopper is 2 paper pads. And what's lovely about this, as we discussed earlier on, is that you have got kind of Great Outdoors themed papers, but then you've got lots of different patterns in there which you can use for all sorts of different collections. There's plaids, there's checks, there's the wood effect patterns in there, there's sort of ditzy florals as well. So you've got plenty of papers to use as far as using with other collections is concerned. And if you go for the showstopper, you get that twice over. Okay, so you pay 5 and we'll give you 2 for that price. All the sentiments in stamp form. So this is called Find Yourself in Nature. You've got sentiments like always take the scenic route. You have got Wild Side. You've got Enjoy the Little Things. Dream big, travel often. Then you've got the Wanderlust. This one I absolutely love. This is that signpost that you've got the die for. You cut that out and then you stamp all of your different sentiments as well. So you can pop your own messages on there with the stamps provided. If you've got other stamps that fit, of course, you can bring this into play as well. That's such a cool stamp. We use that in the last show, which is the compass. And then you've got all of your different characters here. So if you're going out and about, you might like to do a little bit of cycling. So you've got your cyclist there. You've got your lady walking the dog. Looks a little bit like my Laura, actually. Laura and Molly Collie.
Oh.
Then you've got your chap there. That's called New Adventures with his dog. And then you've got the fisherman. That one's called Perfect Catch. So for anyone who loves their fishing, you've got that one which you can stamp and then colour in. Then you've got your stamp and die set. So you've got your the Crafty Caravan. Reminds me a little bit of the Gnome collection,
yes,
actually.
Yes, it does, doesn't it? Yes.
I reckon. Yeah, there is a caravan in that one. Sort of.
In a caravan.
Love, love,
of
love. Is that what you're singing?
That's it.
House Martins.
Yeah.
Caravan of Love.
Yeah, Caravan of Love.
You also get the V-dub as well, the RV, which Craig used in the last show, Enjoy the Journey. So you can stamp that one out, cut that, and you've got your cute little VW. Then you've got Around the Campfire. So this is the one that we're going to be looking at in just a few moments' time. We'll find out how good Craig is at putting up a tent. But loads of like smaller dies in there as well that will go through your mini. Great for scrap busting. Make your own tent, and then you've got all the different bits to go with it. So you've got your campfire, you've got your kettle, you've got your little lantern, you've got your little guitar. Extreme crafting, did you say, Johnny? Crafting in a tent. Who could build the tent the quickest? We did a while back, I don't know if it'll ever happen, but Craig and I did discuss a while back about doing a show called Extreme Crafting, didn't we?
They were talking about it again last week on the social and stuff like that.
Well, actually.
Potentially looking in us doing it.
I think that'd be so funny. Like, we'd challenge Craig every week to like craft in extreme places, like in a cupboard was going to be the first episode. We put Craig in a cupboard, or like maybe on the bus.
Yeah.
And then, or maybe like on a roller coaster. Imagine to go to Alton Towers and trying to make a card on Oblivion. You've got all of your scene dies as well in here. So this one's like your foreground with the grass. You've got the tree as well with all the different dies to be able to create a tree for all seasons. Then you've got your midground with the trees. And then you've also got the background with the mountains as well, best view. So all of that is included in the bundle. 2 paper pads, £63.19 is the platinum price. £84.79 if you're shopping in the US, but of course, don't forget your tariffs. Mary Coates says, good morning from Maine. Carol Garwood Beard joins us. Pamela Greenidge, Karen Wells Sorrell, and Hilary and Holly join us. Hello and woof. Jen's in saying, good morning to Ben, Craig, team and crafty friends. Rhonda's in Oak Park, Chicago. She says, yes to the gallery cam. Louise Burton says, hello. You got one, guys. And Mr. Dow says, soft boiled chucky eggs with toast soldiers.
Ooh.
I haven't had toast soldiers for years.
No, neither have I. If I do have eggs for breakfast, I have scrambled.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Do you put a little bit of milk in your a bit of milk and salt?
Yes.
Yeah, same.
I do. That's what I have. Yeah.
Soft boiled eggs with toast soldiers. I always used to have when I wasn't feeling very well when I was younger.
Yeah, I understand that. Yeah, I understand that. But no, it's always scrambled for me.
Yeah, scrambled for me. Let us know what's your favourite way to eat your eggs. Right, whilst you do that, let's have a look at Craig, who's going to put up a tent.
Actually, I'm not in this demonstration. The next one, the next one, not this one, the next
tuned.
one. But the demo we're going to do straight after, or not straight after, but after this one, we're going to be doing it. I would change it, but I've got it all laid out. So we'll just carry on going with the flow that we're going with. And let's go in, Ben, with the best views here. Now, this one giving you the mountains. Now, there is no cutting edge, which means that it will cut out the top, but that then could be as deep or as high mountains that you want them to be. So what I am going to do is I don't really want them overly high. I'm happy with actually the height that they're already at. And I'm just going to then tape these ones down. And what you'll see is all of this aperture detail, that's embossed detail. So wherever, and I will show you this as we turn it around just afterwards, wherever you've got like an aperture detail within the die, but there's no cutting edge to it, that lets you know that it's embossable. Embossable, yeah. It's embossable. It's impossible.
Impossible.
It's impossible.
James Arthur.
I like that, James. Yeah. Gosh, we were just talking about James Arthur earlier on, eh? How you were saying how much you love him and you're looking forward to seeing him.
Well, yeah, something like that.
Impossible.
Impossible. Impossible.
There's a new song for you.
That's one of his upbeat songs, apparently.
That is, yeah.
That's about as upbeat as he goes, old James.
He's local, isn't he?
He's what?
He's local.
Is he?
Yeah.
He's from Redcar?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
He is indeed.
We should get him in, shouldn't we?
We should do.
We should get some live music in the show. We could do a bit of crafting.
Impossible.
And get him to sing it.
He's embossing, yeah.
Impossible. It's not the first time we've had live music in the studio, is it? We had a band, didn't we, back in the day?
Never had it again, though, have we?
No, we haven't. We haven't. Did it once.
Once was enough.
Yeah.
Actually, I wasn't even in that day, was I?
I wasn't. Jamie was. Yeah. Oh, dear.
Those were the days. Yes, it does indeed.
I mean, yes, we had a band. We did have an opera singer in as well. That was January last year, that was.
Yeah, we just forget about last year.
Well, yeah.
Last year's null and void.
Yeah, the year that never happened.
The year that never happened at Crafter's Companion. Notice here, remember how I was saying it's got embossed detail, Ben?
Yeah.
But you'll notice I used my Gemini, or Gemini Mini, which of course has not got any embossing mats.
No.
So all that you do, take your ball tool, whether of course it's from your scoreboard or maybe you've got your own little ball tool from your flower forming, and then we're just pushing it through. So we're just going in, pushing it through. So even if you do have a mini or a die cut machine that doesn't give you the ability to emboss with an embossing mat, you can still always work the way around it just by pushing the detail through. We are going to ink up in a minute with a little bit of Oasis. So let's go in and push that through.
Yeah.
So we take that one out, and I'm not sure if you can quite just, there we can just see that raised details in there. So if you do have a mini, but you've got no way of embossing with an embossing mat, just use your ball tool. And then let's go in with, also just to say, That was the waste, Ben. That's the waste.
Oh, so use it.
Use it. That's another mountain.
Yeah.
And then what you can start to do is you can start to build up if you want to.
Yeah.
Actually, I think I might do that. I didn't do it on the original one, but I think I'll do it on this one. And these both, what we're just going to do just now is let's take our oasis and start to ink them up.
Yeah, it's the same with the grass. And I wonder, actually, would you'd be able to do it with the trees as well?
Of course you could. Absolutely. Yeah.
So you've got loads of different layers of all the different scenery. So don't throw anything away, basically.
No. No,
Keep it all.
No.
Good morning, Pat. Says good day, everyone from New Jersey. I
morning.
thought I was watching the live show and then realised I was watching the early morning show.
Oh, you silly Billy.
Silly Billy. Lovely to see Ben and Craig back together. Guess I need a cup of coffee.
I'll
Easily
have
done.
one
And some
black.
eggs.
Black, 2.5 sugars in my coffee.
You don't drink coffee?
Sorry?
You don't drink coffee?
Yes, I do. Just not a lot.
I thought you didn't drink coffee at all.
I do drink coffee.
I thought you only drink black tea. Black tea, 2 sugs.
That's right, yeah, 2 shugs.
Yeah.
Coffee, because I just like it a little bit sweeter.
Oh.
Yeah. Bit like me.
I couldn't drink coffee with sugar.
Could you not?
No. I could have a bit of sugar in tea.
Yeah?
Yeah, but not in...
Yeah, but you have like milky coffee, don't you?
Milky coffee.
Milky. Like,
No,
not
lots
like
of coffee,
milky
lots of milk.
Yeah, not
Yeah.
like milky coffee, but like milky coffee.
Mm.
It's like, who?
Well, I don't know how you drink black tea.
Yeah. Actually, yeah, anyone that's got a gag reflex. Sorry.
Stop
Always
making that
forget
noise,
that.
Craig.
What was that?
Stop making that funny noise.
Yeah. Now I just want to do it, but I'm not going to because I know it really
It's
is
like when I tell you off for saying the W word when we have people with dogs watching.
What was that?
The W word.
Bockies.
Oh, Craig!
Oh, that's right. Yeah. We were talking about Alexa. We were talking about Siri. We were talking about Google. My Siri's just gone off. What was?
Is that when you say, OK, Google?
Well, I'm Siri. Yes, I need to unlock it. Yes. So yeah, we were mentioning. What have I done with my Poké Tool? We were mentioning all of the devices last week. It was funny.
So what do you say to your phone to get it going?
So with the newer iPhones, you can just say Siri.
Ah.
But I'm still in the habit of saying, "Hey Siri."
Ah. Is it ready now?
Yeah, it's just gone.
Hey Siri, how do you like your eggs?
No, it didn't catch you.
Oh.
What have I done with my Poké Tool?
What are you looking for?
My Poké Tool. I had it earlier on this morning. I'll just need to take another one. Where's it gone? Because I was using it and it's disappeared. Where's all?
Do you want a hand?
Where's? Yeah, bear with. Here we go. Got it. There we are. Found it.
Oh, it was the big one as well.
Yeah, the big one. Couldn't find it.
Thank you, Jan, for the jokes coming in. Very good, these. Why are mountains the funniest place to camp?
Why?
Because they are hilarious.
Good one.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
I've just been told you haven't been feeling very well, Jan. But hopefully you're better now. Jan also says, what do you call a burglar who goes... What do you call a burglar who goes camping? Criminal intent. Criminal intent. Oh, that is a good one,
Maybe
actually.
Siri will know one. Siri. Hey Siri. Do you have an outdoor joke?
Doctor, I think my mouth.
Nope, because I just read what came up at the bottom there. Nope.
I've never seen you move so quick. Oh, dear.
Nope.
What was... You'll have to tell me in the break. Was it a rude one?
I don't know what the actual joke was, but I seen the answer come up. And yeah, I had a word on it. I was like, nope.
Maybe she didn't hear what you said.
Maybe not.
Correctly.
Maybe not.
That is so
Oh,
funny.
that was. I'm not doing that again. I am
Siri
not.
nearly got us in all sorts of trouble there.
Oh, I just don't mean it. I suppose now, thinking about asking for an outdoor joke. Yeah. Oh.
I'm going to have to ask you what that was in a minute.
Oh. Well, I can tell you the word that it said. Like, no, I'm not on air, I can't, but
Oh, right.
later
Oh,
on.
really?
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah. Yep.
Rhonda says, Ben, Google answered you. What did Google say, Rhonda? And Mistress Dow says, black without sugar is the best way, Ben. Then you can taste your tea and coffee. I suppose. Yeah, I suppose by putting milk in it, you're kind of ruining the taste a bit, aren't you, really?
Suppose.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm kind of a bit flustered there.
I genuinely want to know what that word was. Can we have a break so I can find out?
Right. So just trimming the edges off here.
It must have been quite bad. Hopefully somebody managed to screen grab the scramble as Craig quickly tried to get his phone there. I've never seen you move so fast. And
It's
the
just
look
'cause
of panic.
Because I seen a certain word come up. So I wonder if you can go back. You might be able to go back and see what she said, because it would be interesting to know what the actual joke was. But yeah, just
So you know it started Doctor Doctor, and you know what the punchline was.
not necessarily the punchline, but the word within the punchline.
Ah, right.
Yep.
I wonder if we can work out the joke. We'll try and do that in the break.
We'll try. Oh, you can. You can. Right, so I am going to, so that was the piece of waste, but I'm also going to then use what was the original. And then let's take my glue. And because we're just going to counterbalance this one, so we just need that one layer of foam pads. And I've trimmed it just so that it's the same length of my card. And then I'm going to go back in with this one, like so, pop that in, and then we're going to add that one on foam pads, and then we'll do some stamping, Ben.
Paul Prince times 4 says, I tried with Siri and I got a cat nap joke.
Catnap?
Yeah.
No, it wasn't that. Can you, Jamie? Right.
Rhonda says, OMG, the look on your face, Craig, was priceless. I desperately want to try and find that now.
Jamie seems to think you can go back and see what Siri's answers were.
Oh, you can?
So I'll do that later on. Curiosity. Curiosity. So starting to build up our mountain theme there when it comes to those die cuts. And then let's go in with our craft card. And let's go in with our Wanderlust, that one here, giving you the signposts. If I take my mini and if I take my folder, I did have it, where is it? Here we go. So let's take that one and it'll just fit, as you can see, just fits within the mini. And then I'm going to run that one through. This also has a little bit of embossed detail. So if you want to push it out with your ball tool or your scoring tool, you can absolutely do that. I'm not necessarily going to do that because what we are going to do is stamp onto it. So let's move.
I've just managed to screen grab the picture.
Oh my God.
And the picture's not that funny, although the captions the captions say Doctor Doctor, and then the next line is, I think my mom's, and then it doesn't say anything else after that, with you scrabbling for the camera. So I'm very, very desperate to try and find out what the joke is now.
Well, whatever the joke is, that's going to be hilarious because the word that I seen off the back of that, you're going to absolutely wet yourself.
I cannot wait.
So with these little sentiments that come in here, we can start to create our own little sentiment verse, but in the form, of course, of the signpost.
Yeah.
So let's go with love, have a. Now, for something small and diddy like this, I find it easier to actually use a small acrylic block, but you can absolutely use your stamping platforms. So we're going in with have a. And then we can then go in with on your, so I'm going to go with love on your birthday, have a lovely day. Start to create that verse on your, I'm not just guessing, I've got one just finished in front of me, so I've already done with love. It is on your that I want. on here. Here we go here. So these are really, although these are really, really small Diddy sentiment dies, these are really great little ones to use with your tiny Matt and Laird nesting dies and that. Great to use within those. So, you know, consider keeping them out to the side of your craft desk. Because I think, yes, they are small, but I think you'll be using them quite a lot within your really small projects. We can go in with that one. And then have a, so we've got have a, let's go in with lovely, is that still there? Yep, lovely. And then the other one that I want is day. So we'll pop them there. And then we're going to do a little bit of colouring on the signpost. Just using some of my browns. So I'm going to go in, stamp my last one here, and pop it in like there. So we've got, with love, on your birthday, have a lovely day. Move that out the way. And then I'm going to go in with a bit of my earth brown blend and also my earth brown shades. I'm not going to do the whole lot because I've already got one done. Yeah. But what I'm just going to start to do, Ben, is I'm just going to start to kind of colour. Now you could do this with your Illustrator pens if you want, but what I'm doing is I'm just kind of sketching with my tri-blends. We're just going to go in and then I'm just going to start to build up that depth, blending like I would normally, but instead of circular motions, I'm doing what I would tend to do with my illustrators, and that is do that flicking action, just so that I'm getting kind of like that sketchy, thin look that you get within your wood. Let's go in.
Jan has messaged back saying, yes, thanks, I am better. Came out of hospital yesterday. Oh, no,
oh, no.
Hospital. Says, I'm better, and it was my birthday. Oh, it was your birthday, so I was delighted to be home. Well, hopefully you had a brilliant birthday, and good to have you back with us, Jan.
It is.
Wanda says, Ben, Google just asked what I wanted, lol. And Sister P4 says, what is the link to the country music playlist? If you go to my stories today, Sister P4, then it's there. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'm going to send it to Jan now, and then she can put it in the comments for you. How's that for service?
Great idea.
Now, which one is it? That one. Copy.
Colour in. Each one, just each one, each separate one. Just going to go in, colour in. As you can see, just been sketching, gone in with a little bit of the deeper shade as well. Pop that in like so. Just so you're going to get kind of, you know, like the inside of wood. Once you see it, once it's been cut,
yeah,
you can then, of course, you know, recognise it being like your signpost. Something
reminds
like
me
that.
a little bit. Not that I've seen, not that I've been there, but I have seen it. It reminds me of the signpost at Land's End.
I've not been, but yeah.
Because there's like the signpost, it points out to France, doesn't it? And then it points to London, and then obviously John O'Groats at the other end of the country. You have to pay to get onto Land's End now, do you?
Do you?
How ridiculous.
That's shocking.
That is bad.
That is bad. As Jessie J says, it's all about the money, isn't it?
Money, money.
Money, money, money. Money, 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 money. It was Money in the Bank this weekend.
Oh, yes!
Yeah.
There's, I haven't watched...
And Triple A on YouTube.
Triple H?
Triple A.
Oh, the Mexican...
The Mexican wrestling.
Wrestling?
Yeah.
What, on Saturday?
Yeah, on Saturday on YouTube.
Oh.
Yeah, 8 o'clock UK time, 5 p.m. Eastern time on YouTube.
Are there any of the luchadors from WWE in that, are there?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
right.
Yeah, it's kind of like the AAA luchadors versus the WWE kind of luchadors.
Oh, nice.
It's going to be awesome.
I love all the high-flying stuff. The luchadors are brilliant.
So do I.
I should be watching that.
Snap.
And then Money in the Bank will probably be at 1 in the morning, I guess.
1 in the morning is normal, yeah.
I haven't seen it yet. Have you seen Raw?
I've seen about the first 40 minutes.
Because there's a qualifying match, isn't there? Punk,
yes,
Americano, and AJ Styles.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yep. Which I'm looking forward to seeing AJ and Punk together.
Yes.
Because I think that would be a good one. Good match. But
yes. I didn't see a lot of it last week, actually, being at home. So I feel a little bit out of the loop with the wrestling.
No, there was no point because it would have just gone over Debbie Robson's head.
Yeah.
She will always listen. She will always listen, but it'll just go over her head.
Craig started it this time because he said it's Money in the Bank this weekend, so don't blame me, Jamie. Craig uttered those words.
You can do the wrestling and the great outdoors.
Yeah. They do wrestling events outdoors.
Yeah, they do.
I was actually only watching a video the other day of some backyard wrestling that they do, and they're in the rain.
In the rain.
Like flinging each other across the ring and almost like, skidding across the ring because it was like so wet underfoot.
Can't beat the back garden wrestling.
When they jump off the roofs and stuff.
All of that stuff.
Don't try that at home.
No, do not. Do not. We are trained professionals in what we do. So yeah. But yeah, good weekend for us wrestling fans.
Yeah, pop-up shop, AAA.
Yeah.
Money in the bank.
I might do my wrestling at the pop-up shop. I'll come in and do an entrance.
Should we have a match at the
But
pop-up
we'll
shop?
have a match.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Get some boxes out.
I'll bring my title
backstage brawl. Ladders and all sorts.
Oh my gosh. That'd be awesome. Through the tables and everything.
You could get on one of the little, like the trucks.
Little trucks.
Yeah.
Little trucks.
Climb up on there off the top.
We could do that. Absolutely. This would be great. This is going to be brilliant. Let's do that. I'll bring my title belts. Good old ladder match. We could. Do you know what? We could have our own Money in the Bank match.
We could, couldn't we?
Yeah.
Oh, I love that. Who's coming to the pop-up shop and wants to see me and Craig wrestle? That is so funny. Hi, Stephen, Nicole. Stephen's just joined us.
Stephen.
He was having 40 winks, apparently. Very nice, too. And Carol says, the playlist was listening to it in my car today. I'm sure people looking at me thought I was crazy as I was singing away. Carol, there's some absolute tunes on there, aren't there? Some absolute brilliant tunes. And Felicity Fletcher says, I've joined rather late, but I will rewind. I bought this great collection. I love all the samples you've shown, so I had better get cracking making. And hello to Denise Mills as well, who's joined us. Sister P4, I've sent Jan the link for the Chivs tune, so I'm sure she's put that in the comments. So if you click on that, you'll be able to listen to it. You are welcome, folks. Thank you, Jan. I've just been told it is in the comments, so there you go.
Fab. I need to have a little nosy as well.
Hey?
I'll need to have a little nosy as well.
Yeah. It's very good. Very good. Oh, I love that.
So just skimming ahead, just so that you know, so the colours I used, Ben, was grey-brown blend, the vintage blue blend. You've then got the Turkish. We've got the green turquoise blend. You've then got the earth
Turkish
brown
delight.
blend. Oh, yuck. And then you've also got your earth brown shade. So that's the ones that I used for that little bit of colour in. And we will just now finish assembling. So pop them together. I've got that, and I've already stamped out these sentiments here. So we've got adventure awaits and always take the scenic route. And this one, I know what you'll see, you've probably got a little bit more of white left over because we're going to use it as a tuck in. We're going to tuck it in. So that's what we're going to do here. And then let's just start to build this up.
Hi, Shazza. Shazza's just joined us saying hi, Ben and Craig and team.
Hi.
A bit late joining, but I am here now. I was down our way, Shazza. I forgot to say. I don't know if I said on there last week. I was down in Torbados last week. Lovely weather as well, it was.
Did you?
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Apart from Tuesday last week, it was absolutely horrendous. But yeah, Monday was lovely. Wednesday, went to Newton Abbot races. I've been there for years. That was good.
What's that like? Is that horse racing? Is
Yeah.
it? Yeah.
Yeah, it was very busy. Probably got 3,000 or 4,000 people there, I think.
Well, the school's off still, are they? Or
Half term last week.
so at the back?
Yeah.
Gosh, you know someone...
For the last stretch before the summer holidays.
Is this what it is?
It's crazy. But it will be a long term because they only had 4 weeks, didn't they? And I think this is going to be like 7 or 8 weeks now.
Is it?
And then that's it for the summer holidays.
It's just yesterday, before my appointment, I went to the Metro first, the Metro Centre.
Yeah.
And it was semi-busy, but I had lots of school kids there.
Did it?
Not in school uniform.
What time was that though?
That would have been round about 11.
Oh, right. So it wasn't as if it was like the end of the day.
No. No, it was before my appointment.
Maybe they were playing truant.
Maybe they all got together
Yeah.
and thought, let's play truant.
Oh, it was teacher training days, Johnny's just said. I love that. Have a week off and then tag an extra day on the end. Yeah, teacher training.
Good way to have it. Good way to do it.
Hi also to Denise who's joined us as well. After this demo, are we doing another demo of the Great Outdoors?
Yeah.
And then we will get on to the foil press.
Yeah.
After a few of you saying, oh, I wish I'd seen that show, I had loads of questions. Apparently we've only got one question. So maybe you'll start asking the questions when we get round to it.
Maybe that's what you'll do, yeah. usually, well, that's what can sometimes happen.
Yeah.
So I'll go through whatever the question is, of course, I'll go through it, touch upon kind of like the basics again.
Yeah.
And then I'll be using the Create a Card Peacock die from the Graceful Plumes with the foil press. So if you did see it this morning when I was showing you how you can use a normal die with it, I'll show you again, but I'll show you with the Graceful Plumes.
Okay.
We will do that. There we go. So there's that one. This is the one I was on about. I'm going to use as a tuck in. So we're just going to tuck it in just underneath there. Let's pop that on some glue. This one is the one that's going to be my brother's birthday card.
Uh-huh.
Let's go in there. Do you know what? That could be the pyramids as well, couldn't it?
Could be the pyramids.
Yeah.
Your brother's obviously very outdoorsy then, does a lot of walking and stuff, or?
No. It's just the closest thing to... He's into his golf.
Oh, okay.
But I always feel like I'm always making him golf cards. So he can get that one. He does go for walks. He doesn't go for a walk with the dog.
Well, he goes for a long walk when he goes golfing, doesn't he?
Well, he does that, absolutely, yeah. And when he does a lot of caddying. So, yeah, I'll probably get my alphabet dies, maybe just put Paul, because that's his name, down the bottom there. And did I miss something?
No, it's just the way you said, I'll just get some alphabet dice, put Paul down there because that's his name. I'll put Paul down there, he's called John.
That's my stepdad's name.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. Angus, his middle name's Angus. Yeah.
Angus, that's
Angus.
a great name.
Yeah, he's got my mum's dad's name and I've got my dad's name, my granddad, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Donald, yep. My
Donald,
hero.
another great name. Donald Laird.
Donald Laird.
Angus.
It is.
Are we done?
Yes.
Sorry, brilliant. Wasn't it? Hi, Shazza. He says, I had my brother and sister-in-law here. Oh, there you go. I took them to Greenway, Collerton Fish Acre, the Eden Project. Wow, that's a journey. And around Torbados as well. Yes, to Torbados. I was in Paynton on Tuesday. Yes, the date was horrible. My mum suggested we had a nice day out together, so we trawled the charity shops of Paynton in the rain. And I didn't get anything, no. I was looking at the old vinyl records.
Well, yeah.
I do like to go in the charity shops to pick out some vinyls, but there was nothing really I fancied. A lot of a lot of Harry Seacombe, if you remember him, and a lot of like marching bands and stuff like that. I always look for like the Sinatra and Dean Martin records, but
yes, classics.
yeah,
yeah.
You can't beat that sort of music.
Start spreading the news.
I'm leaving today. You're not. It's about 3 weeks, mate. He's off, isn't he? Is it 2 weeks on Friday?
So my last day for my break is a week on Friday. Yes, week on Friday. And then I come back, obviously I'm not awaiting you up for that full 2 weeks, but I come back on, first day back is Sunday, is it the 29th?
Yeah.
And then I'm back in here on Monday the 30th.
2 weeks off for his 40th, wow.
So yeah, you're going to get no work done from me on Monday the 30th when it comes to these shows.
Oh, well, you can regale us all.
I was waiting on someone saying that. I was
trying to be nice. Johnny just said, no change there then. You can regale us all with your tales of New York, can't you?
What you've not already seen on social?
Have a break, for goodness sake.
I know, I will
Don't be on there every day, all the hours. It's your time to enjoy it.
I will
Take the pictures and put them on afterwards. Don't we agree, everybody? You just know you'll be there like that.
I will be.
What a gorgeous mate, Craig, says Pamela Greenidge. Absolutely gorgeous. We are going to have a short break, give you opportunity to get this checked out, and then when we come back, we'll do another demo with the Great Outdoors, and then it will be foil press time. So any questions you want to fire in, please do so, and we will get those answered in that little section, which will probably be in about 20 minutes, something like that, half an hour. Right, get to the checkout. We'll meet you back here in about 4 minutes.
Kathy Green from Mechanicsburg. I just wanted to stop in and say that I love all your innovative products, and the demonstrators are like amazing with all their inspiration. And of course there's Ben, who's multi-talented and loves Mechanicsburg. So thank you, CC, for all you do.
Are you in the UK or the US? And do you want to find out first about the very latest launches, new and exclusive offers, TV show reminders and more? Then you need to sign up for the Crafters Companion SMS text messaging service. It's really simple. All you need to do is go to this web address. Once you're there, you need to type in your telephone number. Type in your number, click sign me up to SMS. And once you've done that, you'll receive a message to your phone saying you're in, giving you all the details you need about those exclusive offers and updates. And it's as simple as that.
Welcome to Club Inspire, the Crafters Companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty program today and receive 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits to joining Club Inspire include special members-only sales, and you can receive discounts or exclusive access to products, and even free gifts. You will receive 1 point for every pound, dollar or euro that you spend. And the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. See if you can craft your way up to our ultimate Club Inspire tier, Platinum, where you'll enjoy the very best discounts and rewards that we offer. As you keep climbing through the club, you can actually reach Platinum Plus and even Platinum for life. The more points you collect, the more you will be rewarded within our amazing special Club Inspire community. So, what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
Hello everyone, I'm here in my happy place, should I say messy place, Crafters TV, another favourite place where I can chat and have many a giggle with like-minded people from all over the world. The inspiration and clear instruction is patiently presented and has helped me to achieve some fabulous projects. I've learnt so much. I like to watch Crafters TV as often as I'm free, and I always get new ideas each time, and it certainly helps kickstart my mojo. I love it all. Thank you. Bye.
I'm here because I do love Crafters Companion products and Crafters TV.
Your products are great, made with great care and thought, and are second to none.
Love all the products. I love the tutorials we get.
Your papers shimmer and make all our crafts shine.
I love all of the products and all of the paper pads, of course.
I love Crafters TV. It shows you the best tips and tricks on how to use your crafty stash.
The quality of the products are phenomenal. Value for money is exceptional.
Amazing presenters, craft goods galore, launch days and craft vaults, deals bundles and more.
Your pens, pencils, and markers make all crafters say, they are mine.
Or I love Crafters Companion. Well, it's because I'm not a very good crafter, and Crafters Companion makes me look better.
Welcome back. There is a link going up and a little video actually after this show. It'll be first on my page at Ben Moseby CC, where you can post your new craftimonials, and then I'll pop it up on this page as well on Facebook, so the Crafters TV page. Just a funny little video me and Craig filmed in between the shows, but the point of it is there'll be a place there where you can leave your videos. So come on, get filming one. We want some more. We want some new craftimonials. Like we love all the ones that you guys did at the start of the year, but it's time to refresh them now, and we need your lovely faces. I will be though, as Big Bad John suggested. Big Bad John. I'll be going down to the pop-up shop on Saturday, phone in hand, and I will be getting ready to film. So if you want to do yours down there, then feel free. What a gorgeous mate, Craig, says Pamela. And Karen says, my husband asked Siri for directions, and she said, she said, I can't stop thinking about you. I love that. Kendall says, oh, we've got a question. not foil press related though. When putting on foam pads and attaching them to the card, what will help them not to fall off?
Tacky glue.
Ah.
Tacky glue. It's a really good question. So if you are finding that you're popping on some foam pads and over time, what may happen because of the heat that the room that it's in, the environment, or even just the structure, if you've got something that's sitting upright, maybe you keep it on the mantelpiece for a long, long time, then of course, because of the weight, the heat within the room or that, sometimes certain foam pads may drop off. If that's the case, then just before you pop the foam pad down, put a little bit of tacky glue in the back. You sometimes see me doing it, although usually I'll only do it if it's going on to something like a coated card or a texture card like a shedless glitter. But if you're finding that, take the backing off, put a tiny little dot of glue, that's it, nothing much, and then attach it that way.
Excellent. We've got some more questions coming in for the foil press. Mary, I've seen yours, so we will add that to the small pile currently of questions. So yes, when we get those and we get round to that in around about 15, 20 minutes, we'll ask those questions. But any questions from foil press users, what do you want to know? Even as simple as if you are one of those people, and I know they're still out there, who bought a foil press and never took it out of the box, even if it's as simple as how do you set it up? You know, what do you need to be using? What can you foil onto? All these different things. Feel free to ask whatever you want, and we'll do that in about 15 or 20 minutes time. Also, just to mention as well, tonight we've got launch party coming up, so if you want to see more from the Western collection, that is going to be on the way for you. Plus the two new collections which were launched last week. Is it the Little Adventurer, isn't it, collection? We're going to be looking at. Plus another sneaky peek at the Craftaganza box. That's still proving really popular. And again, it's 2 weekends time, so 2 weeks from this Saturday basically, and what we've said, there is still time to be part of that. We reckon if you order by Monday next week at the very latest, but if you can get it ordered this week, and we can guarantee to get your Craftaganza box to you so you can then take part in all of the fun, all of the demos which are going to be coming your way with Sarah and Leanne in 2 weekends time. Right. We're going to get back to the great outdoors, the 15-piece showstopper, $63.19, $84.79. Obviously, tariff supply on this one. I'll recap on the collection in just a bit, but should we get into it with Craig? What are you going to be making this time?
The tent.
Yes, I forgot about that.
So I might not, depending on time, I might not do the whole project. This is the project here, so it's just a box. There's nothing just about it, but it is, of course, a box. But what I'll do is I'll show you how you can build the tent.
Yeah.
What I will just say, though, and I didn't even realise till I opened it up, the actual tent set actually has a little sheet in it. It's got a little sheet in there that it tells you the numbers of all the dies and what numbers you need to create which component of that tent. So I actually didn't even realise. I've obviously at home, I've taken my set out and that little sheet stayed inside. Yeah. So it's handy that that is in there. But yeah, let's have a look here. So I've got my cards ready, but I've also got them all ready cut out just so that you can see. So really easy now by just following along with the numbers on here. So for instance, it says there, number 1, the tent dies. So 1, 4, 6, 9, 10 and 14. That's the 6 dies that you're going to need to then construct the tent that you've got. For the campfire, you're going to need 2, 3, 20, 21. So it steps you through the numbers of which die that you are going to then need. But let's go in here. So for instance, if you are there, of course, just looking at the sheet, so there's number 6, which is there. And then obviously I'm not going to go through them all because I've already cut them, but you've got that one there as well. Then, of course, we need number 1. So if I look at number 1, which is there. So you can simply work out the colours that you've got within each one by following the steps there. So if I pop that one back, and then we're going to go and we're going to then take my glue. So for something like this, I do prefer to use my tacky glue because you've got just little sections that start to join together. So if we go in with what's going to be the base, so this is actually going to be the doorway of the tent. So let's go in with my tacky glue here, and then we're going to go in with my sides. So I think what we'll do as well is just so that you can kind of get an idea as well. We've got then our first one that is going to go into here.
Yeah.
So we're just going to align that one up for now, and then I'm going to come in with that one here as well. Now I'll tend to, so when I was doing this, what I was tending to do was just sit them down to start with. We've then got what is also then going to be the doors of the tent. So you've got those two, and then you've got those two.
Yeah.
Don't worry about the connections, because what's going to happen is you're going to then start to cover them up. So what I mean by that, as we start to then build that tent together, just going to then lift that up a bit more, we're just starting to then build it. So you've got sections that are going to hide any of the workings. So let's just start into here, and then I'm just going to start again. So we're going to go down, only need that little bit of glue down the side there. So I'm just going to add that one in, and then if I come along into here, so if I pop that one into there, what I want to do is I also want to leave just that little bit of black, because what that's also going to do is then that's going to then kind of shape it together. So what I can actually, do you know what I'm going to do? And I think, if I remember correctly, I'd done it with that one. I went in with this top part first. It's been a while since I prepped this. I'm going to go in, and then I'm following the tip of the tent. So if I start with the top, and then I'm just going to start with the top, and then I'm going to work my way inwards.
And all of these dies, again, so I think pretty much all of them in the collection will go through the mini, won't they?
They should do, yeah, yeah. I remember looking at that when we first launched them.
So that's good to know. And Kathy's just said, it's great that this set has that cheat sheet. I like when companies do that, as it's not always obvious what goes where. That's so true, isn't it?
It is.
So it's just like a little helping hand, so you can sort of cross-reference your dies to the little cheat sheet, so you know exactly what is what. Because again, there are some small dies within this set, so it may be the point you're thinking, well, what's that supposed to be? Where does that go?
That's it.
There you go, and you can just cross-reference it all.
Do you know what I would do for something like this, Ben? Photocopy it. So you've got a few. You can do that. You can photocopy things like that. Photocopy it or laminate it.
Laminate it. I was going to say exactly the same. Yeah.
Laminate it.
Laminate it and just keep it in the packet, isn't it?
That's it. Keep it in the packet. Or photocopy, keep one in the packet, keep one out so that you don't lose it. But yeah, that's what I would be doing.
I suppose as well, if you've got your little storage folders,
yes,
you could almost like laminate that, hole punch it and keep it inside there with the dies on the magnetic sheet, couldn't you?
Great idea, yeah. Really good idea.
Loads of different ways. But I like your idea of having two copies just in case you lose one.
Just in case. Or you spill glue on it or ink on it or something like that. Then, of course, if you laminate it, you're not going to have that worry. However, not everyone's got a laminator. So, yeah, you can do that. Or your little poly pockets, that sort of stuff. There we go. So building up, covering each of like the joins that you've got. You could turn this into a teepee, I suppose, as well, couldn't you?
Could be a teepee, yeah, could be.
Yeah.
You could also, yeah, I think that would work. It could be like the big top, couldn't it, as well?
Yes, it could.
If you use it with your Vintage Carnival collection.
Carnival. Can you imagine that with the Vintage Carnival colours?
Yeah.
And even
like
if you
red and white striped.
Yeah, in the paper pad, just die cut them within the paper
pad.
pad. So then you've got the big top.
Yeah.
Love it.
Lots of crossover there, as we always talk about.
Plenty.
Thank you for showing. Oh, it was Little Bear who asked, actually. He says, thank you for showing how to put up the tent. You guys are so interactive with us crafters. Little Bear, that's, I think, one of our, what do we call it? A USP. Mm-hmm. You know, you don't get this interaction elsewhere. I stand by that. You know,
no, you don't.
You ask, we do.
People have they've tried and they are trying. Yeah. But they just can't get it to what we do.
The other thing that I love about this place, and I was chatting to Laird about this yesterday, and Craig will agree, is the fact that, you know, if you suggest something and we're not quite sure, we'll try it, because we're not afraid to try things out, and also we're not afraid to try something and then see it go wrong, because we'd rather do it and it go wrong, wouldn't we, than you guys at home to waste your card or waste your glue or whatever it might be.
Debbie done it last week with our multi-craft dies, our new multi-craft dies, just to show how they don't go through your mini or your midi. So she showed you that pressure, that resist that you're faced with, so that you don't need to try it at home. God forbid, say we did break ours, well, at least we've broken ours.
You haven't broken yours.
We can go to the warehouse. It's rather that, trying it for you to see, than you have to break your one. Not that it'd break it, but you know what I mean when it comes to that point that I'm making.
Yeah. And that you don't get anywhere else. Cool, we're brilliant here, aren't we, eh? Aren't we brilliant?
Good. We're so good. Essentially, Ben, that's your tent.
Yeah.
That is it. We're still obviously going to carry on, but the rest is all the additional decoration in there.
Yeah, I thought that was going to be a longer, sort of more intense demo.
Deceiving, isn't it? 6 die. You're like, what are you like?
But it was a lot quicker than I thought, genuinely.
Yes, it was. And then just with the other ones as well. So for instance, if we bring in your campfire die, so the campfire, this is where you're going to need 2, 3, 20 and 21, which then of course there's your logs, and then there's your 21, and then you've got your, what did I say, 3 and 2. So this is where you can do them in the red, the orange and the yellow, or whichever colour that you want, and then just build them up. And then what we can start to do, before I start to then build the rest of the scene, let's get our box in and start to build our box.
Thank you, says Helen, so much for your demonstrations, Craig. Your comments as you progress are so helpful. Yeah, and this is what it's all about. I particularly think in masterclasses, isn't it? Taking collections that we brought to you and taking your time with them and showing you like the step-by-step process of doing things.
That's it. You know, it's great to do what we can during the launch, but there's so much that we want to show you.
Yeah.
You know, I've got the deals that, of course, need to be shown as well as the quantity. So yeah, we do like to show what you can do, but definitely I think, do you know what? I think, for me anyway, I think masterclasses are more important than the launches. The launches is giving you that opportunity to get a hold of them, first chance with that incredible deal, see some ideas and inspiration, but then we get that time within a masterclass to then just strip it back, take our time, and then show you all the different ways in which you can use it.
Yeah, and that's good again, isn't it? I'm really singing our praises here. You get the show where you can pick up the new product, and then you have the follow-up shows, like you said, masterclass or masterclass if you're posh, craft-alongs as well.
Yeah.
You know, we're all about, I think, showing you techniques and the best way to, you know, use the product, and then also obviously giving you the inspiration. And like Craig says, whilst you get the inspiration in a launch day show, you don't always get the kind of start to finish, do you? Because we have to move on, we have to go fairly quickly, so we have to do a lot of, here's one I made earlier, but then you've got craft-alongs which do come along for each and every launch, where you get a full finished project over the course of the hour. So, yeah. I mean, we're amazing.
We are. We are.
Full stop.
Full stop. Yeah. Full stop on the end.
Yes, there we go. We've been asking about craftimonials. We've just done our own. Can you someone clip that off, please? Here's Ben from just up the road. Here's what he had to say about Crafters TV.
Here's another young man, Craig Laird. Said what he wants to say about Crafters TV.
You'll see Craig on a little video later on.
Oh yes, you will.
You are the best, says Maggie Farina. Love this. Thank you, Maggie.
We try. Certainly last week, Robinson absolutely smashed it out the park last week.
Did she?
With the demos, which she always does. But do you know what I mean? Just absolutely smashed it out the park. It was incredible. Launch after launch. Incredible inspirational demo.
Did you have a launch every day last week?
Pretty much, yeah. Minus the Wednesday, but then we had Keith.
Oh yeah, so new product.
Yeah.
Did you survive?
I survived. I outlasted.
Did you?
Outlasted. He was puffing for breath.
Was he?
Oh, I was still going.
Well, I never.
Still going. Yeah.
You showed him.
I showed him.
Yeah.
I did indeed. We had a great day. We had a great day.
He's brilliant there, isn't he, old Keith?
He is. He's a total ledge.
He is a total ledge. Was it all new stuff? I suppose it must have been.
Most of it was new.
Yeah.
Most of it was new.
Oh yeah, Johnny was just saying in my ear full circle for you, because I always forget about that.
Yeah.
You started off there, didn't you?
I did. My very first design team position was with Keith in a previous company.
Ha.
Yeah. Yes, it was. Yeah, still with him.
How did you bump? How did that come by then? Just.
So it was, so many of you, now the company's still going, it's actually Katie Sue that's got the company Kanban, just through in Newcastle or Gateshead. And, sorry, I'm just trying to work out what one was there's my lid. Yes, so obviously originally, the original company Kanban Crafts was Keith's and Karen's. And it was because, going back to QVC, it was when QVC had them, when I first started crafting. And I bought a Kanban kit. And then, over time, posted it on Twitter, when Twitter kind of just started, posted it on Twitter, and many will know or know of Dawn Wheeler.
Yeah.
She was kind of the head TV personality of Kanban at the time. Seen my makes, and then she mentioned to the guys about getting me on the design team, which obviously Keith and Nat agreed with, and got me on the design team, and that was my very first design team position.
Well, I never did.
Yep.
How many years ago are we talking there? 10 or more?
A lot more.
20?
Gosh. How long's Kanban away from QVC? 18?
Oh, wowee.
About, yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
dear.
Yeah, it got to be something like that.
So we've got Crazy Keith to thank for you being here.
Yeah, exactly. That's it. Yeah, that's Keith's fault. Keith's fault. Well, it's either Keith or it's Anne-Marie at Hunky Dory.
Yeah.
Because Keith got me on my very first design team position.
But he was an integral part of your journey, wasn't he?
He absolutely was, yeah. He gave me the ability to have my cards being seen. Like we've got an incredible design team here at Crafters Companion. And of course, that was the position I was in, but with Kanban at the time. And then, just started my journey there. And then the guys at Hunky Dory seen my work. And then Anne-Marie gave me the first opportunity to be seen in a crafting magazine.
Yeah.
And then at the time, they'd done the Great British Craft Festival.
Oh,
do you remember that?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. And they invited me to take part there. So that was my kind of introduction to the public when it comes to crafting. Yeah, and now I'm here.
What year did you come here again?
I came here 6 years ago.
6.
Yep. So 19.
Yeah, see, I always think you've been here a lot longer than me, but you were literally a year before me.
Feels a lot longer. Some days it feels like years that I've been here.
Yeah.
Look at that, I forgot to put my edges on while I was chatting, but it's not to worry. But I know what you mean though, yeah. So I was like, God, have I only lived here in Durham for 6 years?
Yeah, I'll have been here 4 years this year, but been at the company 5 years. Because that first year I was travelling up and back every week.
You were, weren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, you were.
Staying in the house.
New career. Or new chapter, your career.
Yeah, it was a new chapter.
Yeah.
But when I look back, it does feel like I've been here a lot longer than, especially at the company. It feels like I've been here forever. This is the longest job. Just recently, I passed it because I always look on my LinkedIn. This is the longest job I've ever had. Now.
But the thing is, you are not a vital part. You are the vital part of the company. CTV.
Shush.
No, you are. You're that face, that driving force. We see you Monday to Friday, and then you have that banter with me and the two Debbies as well. So, you do. You think CTV, you think of Ben Moseby.
Well,
I do anyway.
Oh, well, thank you. When you put it like that, Craig, I suppose I am quite important.
You are.
Yeah.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
You can put that on your LinkedIn.
Exactly right.
Craig Laird says that I'm
really
Craig
important. Laird says, you've got to be made of stern stuff to turn up here 5 days a week every week and do 25 to 30 hours of live TV.
You laugh. I was knackered last week. I was absolutely knackered being on that side there. Absolutely knackered.
And then you went on to Hobby Maker, didn't you?
Well, then I came back here on the Friday and the Saturday, and then I went all the way down to Redditch for Hobby Maker. Not had a day up. Well, I know I wasn't working yesterday. Then I had a hospital appointment yesterday. You guys know that, I was telling you last week, just to check up. So yeah.
Never stops.
Never stops.
The hardest working man in craft.
And tomorrow I'll need to do, all those boring jobs like emails and expenses and that sort of work stuff. I need to get myself sorted for next week because I'm here all next week.
So as of tomorrow, are you on your prep week then, are you? I always get confused with you guys.
Yes. This is where it's getting complicated. Yes, this should be my prep week. It is my prep week. But because I ended up covering Friday and then Saturday, I've still got that few. I've got extra days off. However, I am still going to be working, prepping bits at home, but I'll do it like in my comfies and that sort of stuff. So.
Hey, I saw on the socials last week that you've been doing shows in your comfies as well.
I did.
You did shows in your pyjamas the other week.
I did. I did indeed. Do you know what? I was away to say, just Johnny, did not quite expect hundreds of comments, but yeah, you go in your jammies. I thought, I'm going to get a few. I'll get a few going, yeah, you go in your jammies. I actually thought most of you would be like, no, but like you in your suit, go in your suit. If you said suit, I was going to come in my jammies anyway. And then Sarah piped in that as well. And everyone was like, yeah, go in your comfies. So I did. Rocked up at work. Then my mum called me live on air.
I saw that as well.
Yeah, see what happens when you're...
You would have thought she'd have known, wouldn't you?
You would have thought, no.
Denise.
My mum, Denise, she still cannot figure out what's CTV and what's Hobby Maker. She was like, oh yeah, I'm on Hobby Maker. Oh, well, at least you're not far from home. No.
No, that is...
Redditch. Yeah, I'll be like, oh, I'm on CTV. What did I say there? I'm on CTV. And she'll be like, oh, that's a long drive for you, isn't it? I'm like, no.
No, that's just down the road.
Or I'll be on CTV and I'll speak to her at the weekend. Oh, it doesn't look like you've seen Ben this week, have you? Yeah, I've been on CTV all week. I'm like, oh, Mum. Oh, Denise.
At least your mum knows what you do. I mean, like my family, apart from my dad, I reckon if I told any members of my family, go and put Crafters TV on, they wouldn't have a clue.
No?
Nah, wouldn't have a clue. Even Mrs. M. She just knows I disappear in the morning, I come back late at night, and that's it, really. She doesn't know what I do in between.
She'll be like, oh, I thought you still worked at Crate & Craft.
Yeah.
You're not there now.
No. She still say now and again, what channel is it on again on Sky? Like, it's not.
That's what I get from my mum as well. Yeah. If I say I'm such and such, CTV, I've got such a. Oh, remind me, what channel on Sky is? Oh, sorry, they're Virgin. I was like, no, it's not.
Maybe one day. Maybe one day.
Don't say that, because that'll get everyone all excited now.
Oh, yeah, but there's no plans, in case you're thinking I know something.
It's like millions, isn't it?
To have a platform, it's ridiculous amounts of money, I believe.
And then Virgin are really funny because they have to invite you or something like that.
I didn't even realise Virgin TV was still a thing.
Did you not?
Is that still all? Is that all cable then?
Cable.
Yeah, I didn't realise that was a thing.
Fibre optic. Yeah. Yeah, it's still a thing.
Because BT TV, isn't there?
Is there?
BT TV, Sky.
Freeview. Freesat.
Now, is that a
Pluto.
thing? Pluto?
Pluto TV. Oh. Roku.
Oh, we got Roku over here, have we?
Yeah.
What's on Roku, though? What's on that, though? Not. Oh, is it all the same stuff?
Yeah, Apple TV. Got Apple TV. Then you got Netflix. Then you got Prime, Discovery Plus, Paramount Plus.
Decent stuff on Paramount, actually.
Is there? I have it because it's like just part of my Sky package, but it's not something that I've really gone on properly looked at.
It's one of those that you don't know you've got, and then when you click on it, because like we've got the cinema package, and you actually get it for free.
Yeah.
But they've got that. We must watch it. They've got that new Pierce Brosnan series with Tom Hardy called Mobland, which is supposedly really good. We've just watched the. I think you guys know I loved Dexter. You know Michael C. Hall about the. He's a serial killer, basically. And they did like the 8 seasons back along in the early noughties, and they've now done a prequel to that original series. So we've been watching that on Paramount. It was absolutely brilliant. Laura has to watch it through her fingers, though, because she gets a bit scared. Yeah, some good stuff on there.
I need to go on and have a little look. But you know how I like Gogglebox and I love Celebrity Gogglebox?
Oh, yeah.
Do you know who I found out? My mate on Instagram, who I just found out who's taken part in Celebrity Gogglebox.
Who?
Claire and her husband.
Oh, what's that podcast?
From the podcast, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The In-Betweeners, the Buckleys. Yeah. Yeah, they're doing the new series of Celebrity Gogglebox. I seen it on Facebook and I don't believe it. So I DM'd her and I went, please say that this is true.
Did she reply to you?
Sorry?
You mates with her?
Yeah.
Ah.
Yep. And she replied saying, yes, it's true. I'm like, yes, that's going to be hilarious. Absolutely hilarious, that will be.
It's not a show I ever watch, I've got to be honest.
Oh. It's honestly, who would have thought, sorry, I've lost my sentiment. Who would have thought watching people watching TV, well, the comedy, The Royal Family, that's all that was about, wasn't it? Genius comedy.
But I suppose in this day and age as well, it's only the same with the kids who watch YouTube videos
True.
of people gaming and stuff like that, isn't it? So it's the same with
That is very,
older
very
folk.
true. Very true. Right, I'm just going to have to leave that sentiment off. I'll show you the one. It's just completely disappeared there.
You got a sentiment on there?
Yeah, so we've got dream big, travel often. Now, my finished one, what I did put was wild side.
Wild
So
side.
wild side. But then there you go. But Ben, that could be your...
Where was that arrow pointing there on that other one, wild side?
I wasn't sure if anyone would notice that.
Ah, there you go. Come on over to my tent.
That could be a carte blanche if you want to. What's that? Something's knocking. No, let's not go there. So yes, that could be.
Yeah, don't say that. Don't say that.
The tents are rocking. You've got your box here. That could be a carte blanche if you want it to be. That could be your carte blanche. You could turn it into an easel. You could do anything like that you want to do. Not just a box, but that is how you can build your tent. Tents are rocking. Tents are rocking.
Good. I thought someone else was rocking for a minute there. Wowee. Need to clean my ears out. Right. Few quick comments. We're going to get the foil press ready to do some demos with that. Alison says, afternoon, Ben and Craig. I've had a busy day. So glad to sit down and watch some crafty fun and the friendly bants. Hello, crafty Angie. Great to see you two together again, you say. Kathy Green says, that is why your presentation lead, Ben. Thank you. And Stephanie says, I used to go camping with my family as a child. We went from a tent for 7 to a pop-up camper, continued to camp in the early years of marriage. Then life took us away from it. It was fun when I was much younger. Give me a Hilton now, you say. The grandkids are scouts and they camp almost every weekend. I still love camping. As I said to you the other week, we've got a bell tent, which is nice and easy to put up. And that's the whole faff, I think, of camping, isn't it? It takes ages to put the tent up. But the tent that we've got makes it easy. And then you're set. And we always get a electric hookup when we go camping as well. So we can take a little mini radiator along and stuff. So
nice.
you have a few little home comforts in there. Anyway, if you want the collection, Great Outdoors Showstopper, details are on your screen. You get 2 paper pads, of course, within the set, and still proving very, very popular. We're going to be having a look at the Graceful Plumes collection after this short break, but we're going to combine that with the foil press. So we shall have a break. Now is the time to get those questions in, okay? So anything you want to know about the foil press, even as simple as how do I use it, if you haven't got it out of the box. Anything you want, get those questions in, and we'll have a little mini masterclass on the foil press in about 4 minutes' time.
Hi everybody, this is Lynn Bledsoe. You asked me why I love Crafter's Companion. Well, it's because I'm not a very good crafter, and Crafter's Companion makes me look better. It makes me look like a better crafter than I am, because I'm not good at design. So I have the layout collection that helps me with design. I don't like to do the same thing over and over. So I have a template library that gives me lots of new ideas and card bases and things to try. I never know what to put on the inside of the card, so I have the compendiums that have all the sayings for cards, and I never know what color combinations to put together and what goes with what, and so all their collections make it easy for me to know what to do. So that is why I love Crafter's Companion, because they make me look like a better crafter and give me ways to do things that I haven't tried before. Thanks. Bye.
Welcome to Club Inspire, the Crafters Companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty program today and receive 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits to joining Club Inspire include special members-only sales, and you can receive discounts or exclusive access to products, and even free gifts. You will receive 1 point for every £1, $1, or €1 that you spend. And the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. See if you can craft your way up to our ultimate Club Inspire tier, Platinum, where you'll enjoy the very best discounts and rewards that we offer. As you keep climbing through the club, you can actually reach Platinum Plus and even Platinum for life. The more points you collect, the more you will be rewarded within our amazing special Club Inspire community. So, what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
Are you in the UK or the US? And do you want to find out first about the very latest launches, new and exclusive offers, TV show reminders and more? Then you need to sign up for the Crafters Companion SMS text messaging service. It's really simple. All you need to do is go to this web address. Once you're there, you need to type in your telephone number. Type in your number, click sign me up to SMS. And once you've done that, you'll receive a message to your phone saying you're in, giving you all the details you need about those exclusive offers and updates. And it's as simple as that.
Hello everyone, Munchkin and I wrote a poem to tell you how much we love Crafter's Companion. Sarah being back is a wondrous sight. Sarah has always brought us a treasure trove of delights. Your papers shimmer and make all our crafts shine. Your pens, pencils, and markers make all crafters say, they are mine. Your scissors are like a sword in the hand. Your glue is so strong it is in the highest demand. Crafters TV is the happiest sight. All crafters plan their schedules for this amazing delight. The interaction with staff, presenters, and hosts brings fun, satisfaction, and happiness to most. Ben brings us the most entertaining crafting song, but in the end, it all comes down to being able to craft along. Sarah and Crafter's Companion, we wish you the most successful 2025 and so many more years to come. Thank you for everything that you give to us.
Don't forget, after this show, we'll be putting up a little link for you to put all your craftimonials on. Look forward to seeing those so we can get those onto Crafters TV. Lots of love coming through for that last project from Craig. Lots of love for the box, lots of love for that collection as well. If you want to grab it, that showstopper is available. So what we're going to be doing over the course of the next sort of 25, half an hour is looking at the foil press and the Graceful Plumes collection. So get the questions in for the foil press. I think I've seen a couple so far. We are up for any more. But the Graceful Plumes, we've still got the deal that we did for the pick of the week. So if you pick this deal up, pick of the week deal, you can grab this collection and then you can get another set of the card as well. Is it just the 12 by 12 and the linen and the 6? I haven't got the 6, but I suppose it's just a shrunken down version anyway, isn't it? So if you want to go for the pick of the week, as it was, it is the Graceful Plumes collection. Papers, as you can probably remember, are absolutely stunning. All about this beautiful peacock, loads of different colours and loads of different illustrations on here as well. Delve into these, you'll see all the different layers of illustration, these beautiful birds, and again, designed with that intent for you to be able to snip into these, create smaller mats and layers for your projects. If you just want something a little bit more stripped back, obviously the reverse of each of the sheets that you've got in here is just the background of the A side. So you can choose to kind of stamp onto these, you can, add your stencils onto these as well, whatever you wish, but you've got absolute, almost works of art as far as the A sides are concerned, and then that more sort of stripped back B side as well. I mean, take a look at that, absolutely beautiful. So 36 double-sided sheets in here, and then you've also got your 6x6, so that is just shrunken down for you. So it's not like, a corner of it or whatever. We've literally just taken the main images from the 12x12, shrunken those down into a 6x6, and once again, brought you your linen cardstock too, and the linen cardstock in here is beautiful. Is this one actually open? Yes, it is. Yeah, it's beautiful, and of course, colour matches perfectly with all the colours that you've got in your Graceful Plumes collection. 6 beautiful colours in here. You're going to get 4 sheets of each. giving you your 24 sheets in total, and you can see how these colours will match up perfectly with all of the designs that you've got in your paper pad. And actually just a really lovely sort of juicy collection of colours in there. And look, we just flick it up, open it up, you can see whatever page you move to, the colours just work absolutely perfectly, so you don't have to kind of go anywhere else within your craft room to search out for the cardstock that matches the papers, because we've done it all for you. So those are your consumable elements from that collection. If you go for the pick of the week deal, you can then put the card and paper bundle into your basket as a separate element for half the price. That is your bonus buy, and this is all of your hardware that you get within the collection. So all of your sentiments in there. Of course, you've got sentiments which again relate to the fact that this is all about those beautiful birds. So strut your stuff. Proud as a peacock, be strong, be happy, be you. And then you've got some more generic ones in there like happy birthday, birthday wishes, it's your birthday. Beautiful edgeables in here. That's stunning, lucky feathers. I mean, absolutely beautiful. The detail on that die cut, absolutely tremendous. You've got your beauty and elegance, those 3 sort of panel dies that you've got to create that really wonderful sort of window triptych effect. Great for your shakers as well. You get the outer die with that too, so if you want to cut that out as little panels, you can. You've got your proud peacock. So that is that beautiful stamp and die set. Again, get your pens of choice out and enjoy colouring that. Then you've got your perfect plumes. That one gives you your kind of base peacock shape, and then of course the detailed peacock to go over the top. And then this, I think, possibly one of my favourite creator cards, certainly of this year, maybe of all time actually. The detail of that creator card is absolutely exceptional, and you'll remember when we launched this, so many of the DT designs were shaker cards, because it just lends itself to that absolutely perfectly. So that's the full pick of the week deal, the full collection if you like, for £72 or $92. Get that in your basket, and then get the paper and card collection in. Must be in the same basket for you, and then you can get that for half of the price. Obviously tariffs will apply in the US, but that half price deal, so it will come down to $17.50 or $22.50. And my word, half, once you've got your platinum membership off that as well, if you're a platinum member, really, really huge value for money. Right, let us get into the foil press. If you missed it earlier on, you can watch it back on YouTube. I mean, you can watch it back on Facebook as well. You just scroll back 2 links and it's there. You can watch the whole show. And let's get into this with Craig. I have got some questions come through, which I'll ask as we go. But should we go right back to the start and pretend people have never seen this before?
Absolutely.
And talk about it like that?
Yes, yes, let's do it. It's 3 in the UK, so what's that? 10 Eastern time. So if you're live, you are watching, ask away any questions. Now, yes, as we were saying, was live earlier on today. You can always go back and watch it. Add it to your playlist there. I went through a list of questions that had been sent through, and we talked you all the way through there. So if you missed it actually live, don't worry, you're not actually missing anything other than the fact that it was live there. We are now live here, so therefore, if you've got any questions, then of course you can do that by asking. Now, when it comes to this one here, this was part, of course, of Craft Your Stash Bin.
Yes.
So this isn't something that we have in our range anymore, but this is something that hundreds, if not thousands, well, yeah, thousands of you have had and purchased over the years. So many of you have been using it, popped it to the side. Many of you use it all the time. Many of you don't use it because you've just maybe fallen out of, not love with it, but you've fallen out with, of course, that creativeness that you can get with it because you're not sure what to do. And then there's those that have still got it in the box. So as I was saying earlier on this morning, if you are relatively new to it and it's still in the box there, build the confidence with cardstock first.
Yeah.
Simple cardstock to start with. Black card, white card, craft card, whatever it is, get that confidence up with your cardstock. You do get, for those of course that have got it then, you do of course get, let me just take all of my plates out here, you've got a booklet in there. So
yeah.
What I will always recommend to start with is to always follow the booklet. Always follow the booklet. This is just a smidge of what you can then foil onto here. Just a teeny smidge there. You can foil onto so much. So I would always say to start with, follow the booklet, then get to know your machine.
Yeah.
You might need 1 or 2 seconds more than I do you might need 1 or 2 seconds less.
So it is that case of every machine is slightly different, yeah?
It could be slightly different, but not only that, it's the fact of your environment, Ben.
Oh,
we
yeah.
could be in a freezing cold room, craft room, in the middle of the Northeast, whereas you guys could be in a boiling hot room in Florida. And you just need to take that. That can be enough. Second or two, that could be just enough. So get to know your machine as well. Your machine works on pressure, it's the Gemini, so therefore if you're using the OG Gemini, which you can do, maybe there's just not quite as much tension or pressure there as the G2, so all of that you're just going to take into factor. If you're missing foiling, therefore you just need to add a few extra seconds. If you've got overfoiling, meaning foiling where you don't want it, it's just been on a little bit too long, so therefore reduce the second. And that's because no matter what size you use, the actual temperature stays the same. So there's other brands out there where you then have to manipulate the temperature in that. For ours, it stays the same, it's the time that changes. So when it comes to the book here, we tend to say in the book, it's got small die, medium die, large die. We actually class the foil press as stamps. So they're technically stamped because they don't actually die cut, but they stamp. Awesome.
Yeah.
So I'm going to sit that down so you can just see that there. So smidge of the mediums that you can then, of course, foil onto. I have only ever, and I'm just going to move that way just now, you do have your low, you've got your medium, you've got your high temperature. I have only been, in all the years, ever only used low. That's all that I've ever used. And you'll see from the booklet there, everything is on low temperature. Then what you've got is, you've then got the time, if it's small, if it's medium, or if it's a large. Now what we mean by that is, if your foil press stamp covers, let's say it covers about 2/3. So if you've got 1/3 remaining, we tend to say that's equivalent of a small foil press stamp. If it fills about 2/3, we tend to say that's about a medium foil press stamp. And if you are then, of course, filling that full platform, then that's when you would class it as a large foil press stamp. So to start with, follow the guide when it comes to the foil press, then you can then, of course, adapt it ever so slightly. And if you need to adapt it, it's going to be seconds.
Yeah.
That is all. It will go through your Gemini Junior straight away, so if you've still got it in the box, you've got everything that you need for it to work with your Gemini Junior. This will work with your G2 because it is a beam and it's an optical sensor. If you've got an A4 OG Gemini, what you would need to get, or look to get, and I don't know if we stock these anymore, but hopefully you'll have got one, it's an extended extender plate that you've got here. What I am going to say here when it comes to these shows being the Craft Your Stash with the foil press, these accessories and stuff like that we don't have anymore.
We have got it in stock, I've just heard. There you go.
Boom, boom. So that is, Ben, if you've got the OG Gemini, OG A4 Gemini, you'll need the extender plate.
Yeah.
If not, if you've got the Junior or you've then got your G2,
you're good to go.
You're good to go.
Yeah.
Straight out the box here. This gives you the ability to do foiling at home. Your cardstock, your acetates, also a good thing as well. Many other machines, I'm not knocking them, I've not tried them, but they're good brands and I'm sure they're brilliant. But you will have to use heat-proof acetate. With ours, you can use any acetate. So therefore, construction acetate, you know, like your packaging. If you want to recycle your packaging, you can foil onto that. You will get the best result with heat-proof acetate, but if you've got your thicker acetate, you can absolutely foil onto that. But when it comes to our foil press, let's just switch it all off here. So when we've got it on, pop it in, switch it on, and then you've got your double power button here. So just make sure both of those are on. We've had a lot of people over the years that have contacted Sharon at customer service and say, it's not working, it's not working. And they're not realising there's a switch at the side here. So just make sure that's on. Now mine's, because it's been powered in, is automatically at green. So what'll happen, once you plug it in to start with, Ben, it'll switch on, but that will go red. And then all you need to do is just wait on it going green. You'll feel the heat build up. It's not over, like I wouldn't go holding it long periods of time. Like you could, or you wouldn't do with a die, which we will tell you a story because I can see you smirking at the side
I love
there.
the fact you know exactly why I've just smiled there.
I know exactly why you just smiled there. But this is all about, certainly with this section here, Ben, it's all about our normal dies. You can use your normal dies when it comes to the foil press. First and foremost, and I'm going to talk you through it, You need to make sure that that cut-in side is facing upwards. Don't ever have it facing down, otherwise you're going to then cut into that heat plate down here. So you always have it facing upwards. You can do this with any brand's wafer thin die, as long as it is a silver wafer thin die here.
Yeah.
You can't use your multi-craft dies, so you can't use them, or any of your real thick dies. You can't do that, no, that's definitely a no. It's just your wafer thin dies that you're going to use.
Yeah.
And also, they're not going to cut, but what's going to happen is the tip of the design is then going to heat up. Now, when it comes to your normal dies, you will have a little bit of trial and error, because what I mean by that, at first glance, that looks like it's going to be a large foil press stamp.
Yeah, it does.
Which it is. But the difference with this, Ben, it's only the tip that you're heating up.
Right.
It's not the full foil press stamps that we've had within the ranges here, which can take 30, 40, 50 seconds to heat up. This quite literally is seconds, because it's just the tip. So what you need to do is a couple of things. You need to make sure you've got your foil to size and you have that ready to go. Same with your cardstock. So I'm just going to roughly measure that. So if you've got the Graceful Plumes or any of your wafer thin paper craft dies, you can now turn them into foiling backgrounds.
And just whilst you're doing this, because you got the foil out, Mary was asking about what type of foil to use. I think it was Mary, or maybe it was Stephanie. Mary was asking, like, no, get it right, Ben. Kendall, what foil do I use with it?
So, what I'm going to show you here is we did do, within our range here, we done two. So we done a pink box, which is a multi-craft foil.
Yeah.
We done a purple box, which is a paper craft foil. Now, 99.9% of the time, I will always use paper craft foil. Card, paper, shedless acetate, vellum, parchment, leather, faux leather, all of that, believe it or not, I would still use paper craft foil. Very, very, very rarely would I ever use the multi-craft. That's why I always encouraged everyone to stock up on the paper craft foil. I would really only use that for like a real leather. And in my whole, what's the foil? Foil press must be about 6 years as well, because I got it after I joined. I must have gone through, this is no word of a lie, less than one of the multi-craft rolls in my 6 years that I've been here, because I never use it.
No.
I never use it, because I don't often do real leather. Everything is always with the paper craft foil, and that's just something to keep in mind.
Okay.
What you can do is any other brand that is a heat-based foil, you can use those.
But you can't use, because we chatted about this with Leanne yesterday, you can't use the foil that you say get in the Western collection, can you? You can't use that.
That's what we class as a cold foil.
Cold foil, yeah.
So that's a cold foil. So you could use the foil sheets that you get with the Western. Of course, you've got your sticky backgrounds for them to stick onto. Because that's a cold foil, you could use it with your Stay Sticky glue, that sort of stuff. But because it's not a heat-based foil, it's not going to then adhere to the medium because it needs heat.
Right.
So therefore, that is going to be kept, of course, for your transfers. But when it comes to the Gemini foil press foils, they have to be, of course, your heat-based foils. And as long as, I'm going back to it again, if you know any other brand that's got a foiling system that are heat-based foils, you can absolutely use theirs, and you can use ours with theirs as well. So you've got quite a nice crossover there. But to keep it simple, paper craft foil is what I use 99.9% of the time.
Okay.
So
I've got some questions coming in now, but I'll let you finish and then we'll do the questions in a minute, right?
Perfect, yeah, it's a good way to show you can use your backgrounds. So remember how I was saying here, seconds. So for something like this, Ben, I'm going to do, believe it or not, 4 seconds.
Right.
Could even get away with 3, but I'm going to do 4. So you've got your minutes and you've got your seconds there. Don't need to worry about my minutes. So my seconds, I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, what you'll find, most of them on the team, most will pop this on, press start and leave it. What I like to do, a little bit different, Ben, I like to pop that on, then I'll put my foil press plate on, then I'll press start. The reason being is I feel the heat's rising, bouncing off the plate and it's going back down. It's just my theory here. And then we're going to go in with our foil shiny side down And then, so that is the opposite to your transfer foils.
Yes.
And then we're going to take our card. We're going to pop that one on there. I might have just cut that a little bit shy, but it'll still work. And then slide it out. Don't bend it up, slide it out. And then with the G2, we can just put it straight in. The Junior, put it straight in. The carbon plate, the extender plate, all that you're going to do, before I show you the reveal, the extender plate, all that you're going to do, Ben, is instead of putting that on, you're simply going to set that on, and then you're just then going to surround it. That's the only difference. Then that goes into your OG Gemini. But then if I turn this one around here, look at that already.
Wow, yeah.
Look at that already. And then, are you ready, Jamie? Because I blew Sam's mind this morning. Tell you what, let's do that. Blew Sam's mind this morning. Remember, 4 seconds, guys.
Here we blooming go. Oh, wow.
Now, see the bottom,
Yeah.
top and bottom, there and there. That's what we class as overfoiling.
You'd just trim it, wouldn't you?
You just trim it.
Yeah.
To avoid that, what you're going to do, Ben, is just make sure that you're more careful in trimming the foil to the size that you need.
Yeah.
But something like that doesn't matter, because I can trim that off. Or remember, you've got your die to go with it. But can you imagine that with a little sentiment, maybe a few gems in there? That is all that you need to do. That is our 5x7 peacock feather creative card die, 4 seconds. And as I talked about this morning, the reason I do black and gold a lot is because if there's any 2 colour combination on a foiling system that's going to show any imperfections, it's black and gold. But what it also does is it makes it go really powerful in that result, which is why I like to do it. 4 seconds on the foil press, and that's that result that you can get. So that's now extending the use of your Graceful Plumes and what you can do.
I need to make space on my craft desk, says Stephanie, for my foil press, so I use it more often. It's been a while. I think it's one of those things, isn't it, that if you have it, try and make space for it, because if it's in a box, then, you know, the likelihood is you're probably not going to use it, are you? So if you've got it there on the side, once you've seen the kind of things that you can do, then, you know, you've got the ability to just have it there by your side, get using it, and the more you use it, the better you'll get. The better you get, the more you'll use it. That makes sense. Thank you, Hilary. Says Holly and Space Bear will be doing a landscape version of their new Craftimonial. I'll look forward to that. So a few questions. There's some requests as well. We may or may not be able to do these, but if not, we can talk through them, can't we, right?
Yeah.
So question, this one was back a little bit. Mary, I'm going to find it. Mary says, I have a question. Hold the line, please, caller. What about foil pressing on wired ribbon?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah?
Yeah, wired ribbon, yeah, because it's still just ribbon. And then the foil is very, very, very thin. I've got some ribbon. So I'll tell you, we'll keep answering the questions for now, Ben.
Yeah.
But what I'll do is I'll get a little bit of ribbon and I'll show you how you can, because the great thing with foil and ribbon is, of course, you can keep extending it. It could be as long as you want, and you just keep feeding it through, so you can do that. So we'll do you know what, we'll do that next.
And then there's a question from, well, 2 questions from Trudy. One from Trudy, which is sort of the same thing as Stephanie's asking. So Stephanie's asking, if using acetate to foil on, do you need additional shims? And Trudy's asking, have we got any acetate available to foil? She wants to see foiling onto regular and then heat-resistant acetate.
I'm going to try and find it. I'm going to try and find some. No, you don't need any shims, anything like that, no. Well, I said some people at home may find it a little bit beneficial to pop a shim in there. This is where it's going to be trial and error. All that I can say, Ben, go on at Crafter's Companion YouTube. There's hundreds of hours. Now, I'm sorry, it's predominantly me that's doing them.
Yay!
But there is hundreds of hours. Shedless glitter card, acetate, heat-proof acetate, the vellum's in there as well. Stamp and die, all of those will show you lots and lots of different ways here. This, of course, I was only meant to have the 1 hour show this morning about it, but of course, because of the demand, and I know it was kind of last minute, so to speak, that is partly, it's not I'm to blame, but we only had that 1 hour show this morning I was able to come in and do, so that's why it was so short notice. But yeah, there's hundreds of hours there, and then within this show remaining, we'll just touch upon as much of the basics that we can.
So we'll try and look at that acetate situation in just a few moments' time. Also a question from... so I don't understand this question. Trudy saying, why can't you use 3D dyes? Does she potentially mean multimedia?
Probably.
Maybe.
Because you need to keep in mind, it's the thickness. What you need to keep in mind, Trudy, is look at the thickness difference.
Yeah.
Your foil press plate is far too thick, so you need to take into account the thickness of what's going through your Gemini. So you can't put in your big thick dies because, at one, it just won't go through. And even if you forced it, you would potentially break it then. But do you know what? Really, overall, you're going to have so many more wafer thin dies than you are going to have multi-craft dies. So you can still use way more with your silver dies, but that's why it's to do with the thickness.
And also just to stress, because I know a lot of people have asked about this in the past, if you are using your wafer thin dies, it's not going to ruin them or break them in any sort of way. You'll still be able to use those again to die cut with, won't you?
Absolutely. Yeah, you can go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. It's not going to affect it whatsoever. No, not at all.
And one more for now from Janice, and this is a good question. So she's saying, can press foil be used with cold transfers? So could you use that, say, with the adhesive designs from, say, your Western collection or not?
Do you know something? So that is a good idea. That's a good question. And in some way, yes. However, you're not going to get a smooth application for it. You're going to find it's really going to kind of be quite taut when you pull away.
Right.
So let's just quickly do that. I've got some ribbon here, so we will do some ribbon, so we can at least do that. But if I take one of these here, because let's go in with this one down here. So if I take that one onto, let's just do a little bit of black because I've got it. So this is just one of your transfers. Now, the reason I'm saying yes, you could do, because what you can do, although it's heat-based, and I've done it before and I've shown it before, you could put your strips of your red liner tape in and then put your foil press foils over the top. But let's go in with a transfer because I'm not sure, although they are incredibly sticky, I'm not sure how sticky they are in comparison to a red liner. So if I peel that one off here, so we can just see, you can just see that watermark now within that. So if I take, so this is one of our foil press foils. It's also one of those, Ben, that your foil press foils just now are so rare. So would I personally be wanting to use it with my transfers? I wouldn't, because I want to savour as much of my heat-based foil as I can. But if it does work, which I don't see any reason as to why it wouldn't, then that's entirely up to you. So if we give that a really good press.
Okay. Oh, all right,
Yeah. So you could do.
Yeah.
You could do, absolutely. Yeah, you could do. It's entirely up to you.
We've got two more questions. Craig, you made cutting and stamping at the same... You made cutting and stamping at the time made for the foil press. How do you put them on?
Say that again, sorry.
I don't understand that question. Craig, you made cutting and stamping at the time made for the foil press. How do you put them on? I don't understand. Kendall, can you send the question again? I don't quite understand that. Might have been a typo. Tina B is asking, I don't know if you can show this or just explain it. She said, could Craig take the foil scrap of the plume and transfer that back to paper?
Yes.
So is that easy to do?
Let's do that.
Okay.
Again, I've still got the ribbon, so we'll do that next. Now, this is the waste technique.
Yeah.
So this is one that's not in the booklet. This is one that Leanne and the team came up with when the foil press first came out, so that you're not having to waste. Now, something like this, Ben, it's going to be really quite delicate, but you will be able to see the lines of the foil that's already been used. Now, for this is all about timing the pressure. So I'm going to go 1 minute 10 for this.
Okay.
All the way to 1 minute 10. And then let's take our card. So again, let's use the black just because that will show off better with the gold. Let's take that one off here. So what you're going to want to do, Ben, is take your foil, shiny side facing down. Otherwise, what's going to happen is you're then going to foil onto your heat plate here, which isn't the end of the world, but you'd rather not do that. So shiny side down, the cardstock that you want to foil onto, which is that. We're then going to want to take 2 300 GSM shims. Now I'm just using our card that we've got to hand here. It could be your inexpensive card, but as long as it's 300 GSM, so you've got 2 shims. Then what you're going to need from your junior is your magnetic shim. Now, you can't, I use one for my foil press, one for my Gemini Junior, but what you can do, Ben, is you can use the same one for die cutting and foiling. So don't worry, you can just use that same one. Then we're going to go in with our top plate, and then I'm going to go in, and then I'm going to press start. So this is going to keep building up that heat. So that's going to transfer that heat through the foil onto the card, and then the pressure of the Gemini, which is what's going to enable it to connect. And you will, and you'll see it in a minute, as we go through the Gemini, you will feel that little bit of a slowdown when it comes to that pressure, because you have got a few layers there. But what that's doing is that's compressing that background foil with all that foil onto your cardstock.
So this is a little bit longer this time, isn't it?
It
40,
is. 41, 40, 39. So you can see, we can get these bits ready here. I've just got some red foil here. And what's also lovely is you could even use things like that on that. Now, of course, you're not going to be able to tell it's a foiled peacock outline on there, but what you would then get is beautiful, very thin gold little strips and lines running all the way through your ribbon. So I might actually do that in a moment there.
And things like, you know, you can go even more delicate and like foil press onto like napkins and things like that, couldn't you, for your Christmas dinner table, all that kind of stuff.
Hessian bags, satin bags, organza bags, wedding favours, all of that, you can do that, no problem at all. So now that that's then done the countdown, I'm just going to slide that one out, and then let's run that one through. So this is where you'll start to see it just go slow for a second as that runs through. And then once we then start to then bring that one out the back there. Is that another question? Oh, right.
Oh, it's always shiny side down with the foils here, isn't it? Which is different to when we're using the foil, the cold foils from the collections. That's always up.
Yes. Because if you have shiny side facing outwards, what's going to happen is you're going to foil onto your base. Now, this is what I meant by, remember, it's going to be very delicate because you've got all the thin lines on the positive, but it'll still show you. So if I then peel that off, what you're then just going to get is that, I'm not sure we could, there we go.
Oh, yeah.
Look at that. Now, if you're using a more open space die, like if you go back to our show earlier on in the morning, I used our tile from Mediterranean Dreams.
Yeah.
That was a good one to see the difference between, of course, the positive and the negative. So that one there being the waste. I'll just quickly do the ribbon, Ben, just while I've got it all here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I've got Kendall's question. I've also got another one from Stephanie. Stephanie's you can answer quite quickly.
Yeah.
Are you still using your original heat plate? She asks.
No, this is. I think this must be my third one.
Oh, okay.
So third one in 6 years. So
I'd
say that's not bad.
And you're quite a heavy user, aren't you, with it as well? Do you know what I mean? You use it a lot.
Don't get me wrong. Do I use it every day now? No. But still, 3 plates over 6 years, I'd say is really quite good.
Could you fall onto little calico bags, says Hilary?
Yep. So let's go, and then let's just reset that one there. So what I'm going to do, for instance, this one, as I said, always go back if you want to, and then refer back to, of course, your booklet here. I'm going to take my dies. I'm going to do this again because I think this will look really quite cool. And I'm going to then just pop that on. So that needs very few. Because it's going on to ribbon, Ben, what I'm going to do, no, I'm not going to do 6. I'm going to stick to 5.
Yep.
So same with the cardstock here. I've got my ribbon. What I'm also then going to do, just to tape it down, so I can then put my foil shiny side down. So I'm going to go over a bit that's got a little bit of detail, lined detail here. I'm then just going to then tape that, and there's a reason why I'm taping it. What I'm then also going to do is put a little bit, now I should have had this ready. I'm going to put a bit of scrap in just to stop any of that transfer foil from going onto my plate. And then I'm going to run that one through. So should we start to then run that one through there? So if I then bring this one out from the back here. And this could be organza ribbon if you wanted it to be. So if I lift that one up, here it says, so if I lift that one up and then look at that, how cool is that?
That is amazing,
Isn't that
yeah.
smart? But then, Ben, what you can do, and the reason as well that I put tape on, so if I plug that one back in, if I'd used longer ribbon, I just want to show how you can extend. So if I take, there we go. So if I take this up to round about where I last left off there, and I'm just going to tape that down. Did I do the countdown? I don't think so. So I'm just going to fold that one back for a second. I'm going to then sit that in, press my start, as that does that for just a few seconds. So again, let's pop our foil. I'm going to lay that one down there. I'm going to just go in with that same bit, capture any loose foil, hold that one down, slide it out. Now what I'm going to do, Ben, because it's going through the Gemini, I'm just going to bend that back, just so that we can feed that one through.
Yeah.
So just look at where that last foil point was on your ribbon, and then just move it up to that last point. So we can then bring this one in. And this ribbon can be as long as you need it to be.
Right.
So if I do this reveal now, so if I go in here and then peel that off, we've now got that beautiful, delicate, gold foiled vellum ribbon,
yeah,
from that foil. And even although that was from a peacock design,
yeah,
it just goes to show you can cherry pick sections. And these don't get boiling hot. I'm going to let Ben tell you a story in a second. These don't get boiling hot, but if you are heat sensitive, then you will know within your box, you do get your magnetic grips and all of that you can then just pick them up and not scare the life out of me.
Two quick questions. I must try and find that somewhere. I'm sure that video is doing the round. So it was the very first show we did together, wasn't it?
It was, yeah.
On Crate and Craft, as was. And I'd worked with all of the other guys from Crafters Companion previously, but I'd never worked with Craig. And always loved watching him. I was always really excited. And I knew from watching him that he had like
quite. Reenact it.
Yeah, I knew he had like a quirky sense of humour. But this is the first time we've worked together. So yeah, I mean, you can do what we did. Yeah.
Yeah. So just as was shown there, now you can see it doesn't get boiling hot, but of course a little bit heat sensitive. I mean, like Ben, see that? See, is that hot for you? That's what you done to me live on air.
First time we worked together.
Yes.
And he was like, oh, and I was like, I'm only joking, mate. He was like, yeah. And that's how our friendship started.
Our friendship blossomed.
Yeah. Oh dear, yes. If you type in foil press into YouTube, there are 48 videos. And Trudy, I know Jan shared it with you. We're not going to get time, unfortunately, to foil into acetate. However, we found the video of Craig doing the acetate 5 years ago. Very young-looking Craig, taking you through everything that you will have asked in the comments. So hopefully you've got that link. Yeah, and 48 other videos that you can have a look at. You can see Craig, you can see Sarah, you can see Leanne, you can see Debbie. They're all there. A couple of quick questions. I know we're nearly out of time. Stephanie says, would the Life's Moments dies work with the foil press?
As long as they are a wafer-thin die that will fit on that 5x7 platform, yes.
And Kendall's question, just reworded it. So she said you used to make the foil press dies that cut and stamp?
Oh, foil and cut.
At the same time, how do you put those on? So is anything different when you use those?
How long have I got, Jamie?
3.5 minutes we've got.
Right, let's show you, let's show you the plate configuration of it. Here we go. Here's one here. So, what we're going to do, just within the booklet here, again, this is all on YouTube, you'll see me actually doing it, but that middle section is your foil stamp and cut. Everything that I've shown you before is what you're going to follow, except you're going to be looking in with this section here. So there is a difference here. So once you've got it to the temperature that you need, the time that you need, you're going to then pop in your magnetic, so this is a magnetic shim this is a metal shim that comes with the foil press. So you're going to go onto the base, you're then going to go in with your foil and cut, then you're going to do the temperature like I do. I like to pop that on. It then counts down. Then what you're going to do is you're going to then take your cardstock. You're then going to take your metal shim from your junior, because that's metal cutting into metal, and then you're going to then pop in that top plate. Then you're going to run it through. So just quickly again, that is, of course, the platform. It's your metal shim when it comes to the foil press, foil and cut stamp, the cardstock you're wanting to foil and cut, with the metal shim from your junior on top, with, of course, with that top plate on top. And also, you can use the same one for foiling and die cutting if you want. I've got one for each. This one isn't mine, as you can tell. I've got one for each, but you don't have to.
What a brilliant show. We've covered off a lot there. Massive thank you to Craig. Foil press masterclass. We've had all sorts of them, haven't we? It's been absolutely brilliant. Done the Graceful Plumes, done the Great Outdoors. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. And hopefully now, if you're one of those people who has a foil press and hasn't yet got it out of the box, now you have got the courage to be able to do it. You've certainly got all the information there. And as we said, if you go to YouTube, you've got those 48 videos to look through as well. Massive thank you to everybody. We are back in an hour's time with Launch Party. Going to be looking once again at the Western collection. That showstopper is still available, but over 70% of the stock has gone. And we've also got my first look at the Little Adventurer collection, so I'm looking forward to that. And also Craftaganza, if you haven't got yours, chance to pick it up this evening. We will see you in an hour. Until then, thanks for watching.
Toodles!